having to defend yourself against something that you didn't do. There's something so fucked up about that.
Yeah.
That you now have to convince people that I didn't do anything.
Hi, I'm Kelly. This is Killing Kelly Divine, and today I'm sitting with my father-in-law, Ulysses Butch Slaughter.
This is the first time I'm talking about this, and I'm happy to be talking with you about this particular subject because you have some experience with what I'm going to talk about today.
Yeah.
You know, I expect that I'll be talking with a lot of people about this in the future, and it's a lot easier for me to talk about this very sensitive matter with somebody who knows me, somebody who, again, has background where I don't have to like fill in the blanks and all that. So let me just get to it. I have a new campaign that just kind of kicked off like crazy, and I'm calling you Kelly.
Sure, you can call me Kelly. I don't even know who I am sometimes. Kelly, Lynda. We'll go with Kelly for now.
All right, we're gonna call you Kelly. Kelly, I'm calling this campaign "Stop False Accusations or Allegations Against Men." So the hashtag is Stop FAAM, Stop Fam, right? Mm-hmm. I decided that I needed to say something about a false allegation that was launched against me 2 years ago by my soon-to-be ex-wife. Mm-hmm. And that allegation has been so emotionally, psychologically, and even financially devastating that I just kept saying, I got to do something about this. It was like the court situation wasn't going, like, the justice was just not happening. You know, and after the false
that part
allegation,
doesn't even matter. You know, like
it doesn't even matter.
Plays out in court, whether it plays out in your favor or not. Like, it doesn't matter. The court of public opinion, your reputation it's tarnished immediately. As soon as the tongue came out of her mouth, you got everyone looking at you differently.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying to people. This thing blew up on TikTok. So what I did was, the day that I was evicted from my home as a result of a false allegation, the day I'm evicted from my home, I decided I was going to record it. I'm being evicted from my house now. Immediately. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't have to tell people, for me as a black dude, I've never had to encounter the police. Never had to encounter the police. But I've seen enough people encounter the police, and that shit is scary. You just kind of never know what's going to happen. I don't care how famous you are, how articulate you are, it don't matter. When you encounter the police and they have a particular authority over you, that shit is scary. Yeah. So I was actually on the phone with my boy Craig, and I was looking out the window, and I saw the state troopers kind of circling the house. And during that period of time, my wife had just kind of disappeared for like 3 days. Mm-hmm. And I knew something was up. I was like, something, I don't know what she's doing, but something is up. And before the police showed up, I was handed a divorce envelope. So, I mean, like within a half an hour of the police showing up, a courier bought me divorce papers. I had no idea.
You were blindsided? Like,
totally fucking
blindsided.
Totally blindsided. I mean, I was totally taken off by the delivery of divorce papers. This is not something we had talked about.
Yeah.
And so
it was because, you know, I'm your daughter-in-law. Like, I was around. You know, I was around. I would be at your house. I knew her. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was really, it was so bizarre. Like, I remember when you called and you were telling us what happened, and it was just so out of left field. And it was like, wait, back up. Like, what happened? Something had to happen.
Right.
And you didn't even have that answer, really. It was
right.
Just,
and I still don't have that answer.
Yeah.
To this day, I still don't have that answer.
I don't know what to make of the whole thing. You know, when I look back on like your wedding, when you got married and your relationship, and I'm like, what was her motive? What was she getting at? The whole time it was like she was setting up for something, but like not really. Was it like a social experiment? You know,
somebody said that. Yep.
Yes, because you know she's like a teacher, a professor, or whatever.
Psychology professor.
Of all things.
Of all things.
And you know what I mean? So I'm just like, was this just like an experiment?
Right.
I don't understand either. Yeah.
So for people who haven't seen it yet, like I said, I decided I was going to. I filmed the day that the police came. State troopers came and removed me from the day. I got about 20 minutes worth of video of them coming to the door, serving me with a protection from abuse document, right? So they served me with a protection from abuse document, and I'm like, what the hell is a PFA? And the guy explains it to me. And again, I'm recording all of this.
Yeah.
So now everything is starting to unfold, and I'm telling you, the thing that pisses me off so bad is when people say, you didn't see it coming? You didn't see it coming? Who's looking for that type of shit? Really, who's looking for that kind of thing from somebody that they trust? And if you don't trust this person, you shouldn't be with them, right?
Right.
Right.
So, I mean, when people do stuff like that and they pull these stunts and stuff, it's like, it's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
That's what I always go, it's so unbelievable you can hardly believe it.
Yes.
You're like in shock, like
Yes.
a state of shock. And there is like some like shame and embarrassment even when you've done nothing wrong.
Yes.
Because you feel stupid, like you
Yes.
got bamboozled. Like,
Yep.
Because it's like, I don't know how I didn't see this coming.
Yes.
I don't know. I did not, I don't know if you want to like, maybe there were signs. Did you have like rose-colored glasses on? Like, I don't know. In hindsight, things start to clear up, right? So,
right. But in any relationship, we look at things and it's like, okay, there's that challenge and that challenge and that challenge. And there's the assumption that challenges are part of a marriage, part of a relationship. And you're working through the challenges of a marriage or a relationship. You don't expect that at some point somebody's going to do something so bizarre and criminal as to go lodge a false allegation of abuse. Just to go in front of somebody and say...
And to know how damaging that is to you. Because of the person that you are. You're like an activist in the community. You have a good reputation. You know what I mean? And it's like, so for her to know this stuff, you know what I mean? Like, that this would impact your life.
Yes.
The way it has. You know? And it's so... There's like a level of like... It's like, it's mean. You know what I mean?
The word that people have been using is cruel. And it is absolutely cruel.
And it is when you're like, I didn't do anything. You know what I mean? Like, you weren't like beating her, you weren't cheating on her. You were just sitting there like, I was a good husband.
And to your point about the people, you throw this term abuse around so loosely. And so if you disagree with somebody, suddenly you're abusing them because you don't agree with them, because you don't agree with their opinion. You're putting me down. No, I just don't agree with you. So I want to just get to the point of this decision on my part. I made the decision to upload a couple of minutes of the police coming to evict me on TikTok. Mm-hmm. I did that on, I think, Monday. I don't know, maybe if today is the 31st, I think I did it on Monday the 24th. It now has a combined, 3 videos have a combined 1.6 million views. And these comments are coming from all around the world. I'm getting people saying it happened to me, it happened to me, it happened to me, it happened to me. Men saying that. I'm getting women saying it happened to my brother, it happened to my father. I got one woman who said, my mother did this to my father and she died without us ever forgiving her. She did it to our father. And there are people who are saying to me, well, what did you do? What did you do? So to your point about having to defend yourself against something that you didn't do, there's something so fucked up about that.
Yeah.
That you now have to convince people that I didn't do anything. And you're standing there like, but I didn't do anything. And they said, well, she said you did. And
in your mind, you're like, they're not believing me. You know what I mean? And it's like, no matter what you say or show them, it doesn't matter. Like, some people will just have their minds made up. It's like when you were dealing with the police, right? They're coming to serve a black man a PFA in Pennsylvania.
Right.
And it's like, they're already looking at you. Like, they already had their mind up. They probably are believing her. They're like, this is typical, whatever. Your story, it doesn't shake it. They pick sides, and it's...
And they shouldn't be in that position. One of the things I keep saying is they should have never been put in a position to serve a piece of paper based off of somebody's one-sided accusation.
To put you out of your home.
To put me out of my home even, not to even give me a chance to defend myself for I think it was 8-9 days, 7, 8, 9 days, I was out of my home. And then I had to go before the judge. Now, what was really fucked up about this was, Lynda, Kelly, I was convinced that she was having a breakdown. I'm just thinking to myself, she's having a breakdown. I remember talking to your husband, Khalil. I'm thinking,
I remember that.
She's having a breakdown and I need to support her and I need to be, calm about this. I didn't hire a lawyer. I started to hire a lawyer and I thought to myself, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to defend myself, which is what I did. Mm-hmm. I walked in there, I had some paper together, I knew I hadn't done anything wrong, so I'm not even going to hire a lawyer for this thing. Not only were they trying to put me out of the home, they were trying to put a protection from abuse on me for 3 years. With no
what would
evidence.
that have meant?
That would have meant that I couldn't have any contact with her.
Okay.
For 3 years, right? Now, after all this went down, it didn't matter to me, but I kept thinking, I didn't do anything. How are you going to essentially punish me for 3 years? That would be on a record.
Yeah.
People would see that. And again, I'm a pretty public guy.
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons why I've decided to go public with this, is because I didn't do anything wrong. And I'm not going to go out like this. Anybody else who says, just take it, just do it. No, you got the wrong dude.
Right.
I'm not going out like this.
Right.
I'm not going to be silenced. And so I just want to make this one last point. This attempt to discredit me, to depress me, to destabilize me. No. Again, you got the wrong guy.